Hi, I'm James.
And I'm Kelly.
And together we are James Hardy Photography. And today we've got a Q&A. So we've been asked a lot of questions since our last video via Facebook and our Twitter page about how we actually run and operate our wedding photography and videography business. And more importantly, how we
work as a couple.
Yeah, always interesting.
We've received our first question from Mikey Mike, and he has asked, what's your tips for someone starting up a wedding photography business? Good question.
Very good question. And I wouldn't want to go back to the beginning, to be honest.
No.
It's very hard. You've got to get the images, but you can't really justify the price that you're charging because no one can see your images. My tip would be do free weddings. Offer it to friends, offer it to put an advert out and become a second shooter for another photographer, just so you can get the images so you can build your portfolio, because without that, no potential future client can see what your work is like or hire you on that basis.
Good tip. Yeah. Now we've also been asked, how do you shoot a wedding as a husband and wife team?
A lot of arguments.
No,
we don't.
No, we don't.
I think that we get along quite well actually. We seem to know how each other works. During the bridal prep, we're sort of together. If we're doing video as well, we've got staff with us we've got cameramen, and we've got a drone pilot that works for us. But together, we just sort of know where...
This is it. We know what sections of the wedding each other is shooting. We have found, though, that you're better with the bride, and I seem to be better with the grooms. I don't know whether that's a man-woman thing.
I certainly think that there's more banter given, especially as a woman, when you go and shoot the guys.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think there's a trust formed between me and the bride. I obviously insist on an initial meeting with them, and I'm there from the beginning of their day right through to the end, so a trust sort of forms there.
Shooting a ceremony, now that can be interesting, especially when there's two shooters, because you do have to keep in mind not to get into the other photographer's shot. We have found that over the years that we do know where each other has to stand to catch the shots. But you do really have to work as a team.
Yeah, and because I stick with the bride, I'm actually following the bride down the aisle. Kelly's usually already at the ceremony because she's been covering the groom and the groomsmen. So she's capturing the bride as she's walking down the aisle. I'm usually behind at this point. And I think when the thing is, when you work with somebody, you sort of know how they work, and you automatically know where the other person is at any given time during the wedding day, and it just works well if you can work with the same person all the time.
And the benefits for the bride and groom is that they get their wedding shot from two different angles, which is always a plus, isn't it?
Yeah, so even if you're not working as a husband and wife team, it's always worth having a second shooter with you, just so your couples get value for money, really. They're getting their wedding shot in two different styles from two different angles.
Okay, our next question has been emailed to us actually through the website.
Okay.
Which is, it's from Lucy Lou from Buckinghamshire, and she has asked, what gear do you take to a wedding?
For photography or video?
For photography.
Okay, well, I shoot with two cameras. I shoot with two 5D Mark IIIs currently. We're waiting for the 5DX.
Exciting.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully Canon won't let us down on this one. So currently I'm shooting with two 5D Mark IIIs. One with a 24 to 70 millimeter L lens, and the other with a 70 to 200. So I've got my focal lengths covered, and I wear those on a harness.
And I shoot with the Canon 6D.
Why?
Because I find that the 5D Mark III is too big and too heavy for me. To shoot with that for a full day's wedding, I find that quite hard, so the 6D kind of suits me.
And still a full frame sensor.
Still full frame sensor, and it's a nice little camera. I
Okay.
do like that. Okay, our next question is from Bobby, and Bobby comes from America. Nice. He has asked us, how do we deal with group
Why
shots?
is it nice?
Why is it nice?
Mm.
Because America's nice.
What if it comes from a dodgy part of America?
Well, he doesn't say America, dodgy part, so it must be a nice part of America.
Okay, cool.
He wants to know how we deal with group shots.
Painfully.
Group shots is one of those things that,
We have to do.
yeah, it's like having your tooth pulled out. You don't want to do it.
But the end result's good.
That's it. So yeah, you have to do it.
The thing is, at the end of the day, no matter what anyone tells you, as a photographer, the group shots can be pretty boring, and for the bride and groom and the guests, it can be pretty boring as well. So we do try and jazz it up a little bit. We have a bit of fun, we have a bit of banter, and we try and get through the group shot as quickly as possible, because at the end of the day, they are a necessary evil.
They are, yes. And I think it's also an advantage if you do have an assistant to use that assistant to position the people, because that's what seems to take the time.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the guests aren't models.
No.
So they don't know how to stand, they don't know their best position, they will try and get into rugby scrums. Or, and it's just not good for the bride and groom to have those sorts of shots. So Kelly tends to deal with the guests, she positions them, she gets them ready, I stand back, try not to get too much involved and just shoot.
And we try and get it done as quickly and easily as possible so we can move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but good question.
Yeah.
You must tell us whereabouts in America you're from.
Dodgy part?
Oh, nice part. Okay, we have another question here from Patrick from Ireland. Out of all the weddings you've shot, what is your favourite image?
Oh, favourite image, Patrick. I don't think I've got one, to be honest. I think I'm always searching for that favourite image, and as a photographer, I'm always trying to improve and up my game on every shoot I do. I love the dramatic and romantic shots. They're my favourite style. I guess that is my style of image. But to have, I couldn't pick one favourite. I've got some. I love the moon shot we've got. I love some of the beach trash the dress shoots we do.
Smoke flares.
The smoke flares. Yeah, it is too difficult to say. It's difficult to say.
Very, very similar, as James said, you do take a lot of images and it's very hard to get that image that you just absolutely love. I'm very different to James. I don't take the dramatic, I like more of the natural. I like children and catching that moment between two people when they don't know they're having their photos taken. So I do enjoy the reportage, but as James says, it's very difficult to actually pick one.
But I guess that's how it works as having two photographers. We've got two very different styles. I'm the drama and the romance, and Kelly is more the reportage and capturing the moment as it's happening. So the client's on a win-win situation, really.
Works well.
Yeah.
Works well.
So I think that about wraps that up. So if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below this video, and then we can do another Q&A. You can ask us anything from gear we use, from photography to videography to anything else, or you can ask Kelly questions about how she runs the photography business. And
Grid sheets.
yeah, she's an expert on grid sheets.
Love grid sheets.
So if you need to know about grid sheets, talk to Kelly, ask Kelly a question. If you want to know about gear or photography, then ask me, and then maybe we can do another Q&A at a later date.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, so until then, don't forget to subscribe.
Down below.
Oh,
or
it's down below.
It's down below. Or you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Like.
Pinterest. Like us on all of it. Or visit us on our website, jameshardyphotography.com.
Okay, and we will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye. Answer a few of those questions and just give a little bit more information about how we work as a couple and sort of tips of how we shoot at a wedding.
You really fucked that up, didn't you?
Yeah.
And how we sort of run it as a couple, really. So,
Am I going to get to talk?
well, I'm waiting now. That was your cue. And then again, I never take.
We've received our first question is from Mikey Mike, and he has asked, what are your tips for someone...
Oh, it's not really an iPad, it's a piece of paper. Because she can't remember.